Now go ahead. Go get your coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what that was. But it was called chicken wire, but it doesn't look like the whole thing played through. So I don't understand what happened here. We're going to go ahead and put something on from iPluggers for you now. This is a gentleman named Skeet the Young Poet. And it's a little bit of a, I guess he's a poet and a rap artist. So let's listen to him.
She wants to know where she stands in my life. Truth is, I just want things to be right. I just want to be alright. See, we can argue, we can fuss, we can even fight. I just don't want us to lose sight. I don't want us to get caught up in all of the hype. I want this relationship to take flight. And you, I seek a wife. I want this for the rest of my life. If you're up for the task at the end of this journey, I want you to still be standing by my side. If you're trying to make this thing last from this day forth, I want you to be ready to ride. Say it with me, baby, I want this to last, so I strive. She wants to know how I feel. Truth is, I just want something real. I just want you to keep it real. I'm just trying to live, but I can't do it alone, for you are my real. Together we shall stand strong, so please don't abandon this ship. For you are my stone, I'm not trying to lose grip of all that matters to me, for it would be unreal. Say it with me, baby, you're everything to me. With you, I would share my last and only meal. She wants to know who else I've been talking to. Truth is, I've been talking to myself about me and you. I've been lost on what's really going on with me and you. Trying to figure out if I'm being a fool. Facts still remains, I'm not trying to lose you. Hoping that things begin to change, because even if it hurts, I would do what I need to. Who would a shame, I'm falling back in love with you. I see progress and change, but at the same time, we're doing the things we used to do. Say it with me, baby, our love will always remain, and I refuse to lose you. She wants to know, where do we go from here? Truth is, I need to know that you're here forever, and that you will never vanish or disappear. Don't be afraid, baby, let me be your Shakespeare. I need you to hear me out. See, I've been running away from this for years. You know, giving someone your all, only for them to bring you in tears. Now it's okay if it's tears of joy. Now that's something I could live for. Say it with me, baby, tell me whatever you need me to do, I'm all ears. We no longer have to be afraid, together we both shall face our fears. She wants to know if she's still my Valentine. Truth is, you're forever my Valentine, but there's some things I need you to keep in mind. I can't keep going back in time, I can't keep pressing rewind. From this day forth, I need you to think bigger. I'm talking body, soul, and mind. I'm talking whatever's mine is yours, and whatever's yours is mine. Yeah, it's time for our hearts and souls to align. I'm tired of hearing I'm trying, but this is the moment where our relationship gets a chance to be redefined. We can stop being blind and running away from the world's design. Let's look into the mirror together and let the artist paint this not so perfect picture or design. But in the view of the world, it becomes perfect after a few lines. As we will never be perfect, but we will strive for perfection. We understand that this takes time. Say it with me, baby, you will always be my Valentine. You're my body, soul, and mind. I don't ever want to lose you, so no matter what I grind. Happy Valentine's Day, and that's my last line until the next time.
A Valentine rap.
Valentine rap. Actually, it's a poem that he put music to, that he wrote. In other words, yes. Well, he didn't go to, it wasn't a heavy rap, he was just...
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, have we heard from Elisa at all?
No.
I think
no, she said when I asked her about, giving Chad her number,
yeah.
She said she hasn't been feeling well. She has to call her doctor or see her doctor tomorrow.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that poor girl really has a lot of bad luck with her health. Anyway, where were we? We were hot and heavy, then your throat got dry, and now we're cold and whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Well, we pretty much, I'm trying to think, have we discussed everything that I had down there? Scalia, Supreme Court, the debates, politics. Yeah, and as it turns out, we're almost at the bewitching hour. You know,
there's something else that we talked about ISIS. That was an interesting thing they were talking about. Like I said, with the CIA directors saying they expect ISIS to try something, but I sneezed. Excuse me, but you didn't hear it, did you?
No.
I know. I shut off the microphone for a second. Quick. Can't do that with a phone, you know.
I know.
A lot of background noise where you are. I don't know what it is.
I don't know, but the TV's off.
No, it sounded like you were maybe texting somebody. Different noises I heard.
No, not at all.
I know. I'm just saying I heard noise. I don't know what they were.
Oh, no, you heard the microwave. I was heating up my coffee.
Oh, maybe that's what. What else did we have? Trying to think. Now I got to look at my mind. That song completely just took my track.
It took your breath away.
Yes, it took my track of thought, which is pretty easy away. The Cruz. Liar, 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 liar. 6 times Rubio called Cruz a liar on the debates.
No, I think Trump did a pretty good job of calling somebody. Oh, he loved going after George W. You know what I can't understand, what I hate when people say, you know, Rubio said, I thank God, he said, that during 9/11 that George W. Bush was our president and not Al Gore. I mean, what did he think was going to be any different? And then Bush turned around and got us into Iraq.
Yeah. The other thing is...
and the other thing that they were saying on the news today was that, you know, the CIA and the NSA had circulated a paper back in August of 2001 that they had very good intel that Al-Qaeda and bin Laden were going to attack in America.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like nothing happened. You know, nobody thought to do something about it or check it out, you know, because Jeb said, I'm tired of Obama blaming everything on my brother. You know, he said, Clinton didn't do anything either, but they were quick to say, I believe it was the John Dickerson, the moderator, who said that Bill Clinton did say that the one thing that he regretted was not pursuing bin Laden, you know, more strenuously. All right. Bush, on the other hand, had a chance to take him down before the Iraq War. Okay. In 2002, he was in Afghanistan, and Al-Qaeda was on the run. They were being, you know, destroyed. Okay, and he just turned tail and just ignored it, and that's why bin Laden, you know, lasted another 9 years.
Yeah. The other thing was, I don't know if you heard it today. George W. was in South Carolina.
I know, he was trying to rouse the troops for his brother.
I'll tell you, he did a good job. They had a really big crowd there, and they loved him.
Well, you know why? Because it was South Carolina that back in 2000, South Carolina was the one that rekindled his presidential campaign. He lost terribly in New Hampshire to John McCain, and then he killed McCain in South Carolina. Plus, don't forget, South Carolina is also, a military state. You got Fort Jackson and a lot of retired military people there. Well, they're always conservative Republicans,
But the other thing they said was President Bush, George W. approval rating across the nation is about 77%.
No.
Yes.
No, it's
among
not,
Republicans.
It's among Republicans.
Yes.
But his approval rating is starting to climb, they said, but that's common for a president who's no longer in office.
No, I'm talking about Republicans, not the Democrats, but the Republicans.
Well, maybe they'll actually ask him to speak at the convention. In 2008 and 2012, the Republicans shunned him. Okay, They didn't even mention his name. So we'll see what happens.
For whatever reason, they were saying how much he's how high his approval rating is.
Well, I give him credit for staying out of the political ring. Okay, he gives no speeches. He really hasn't attacked Obama. Okay, what they did was they sort of left that job up to Cheney. Dick Cheney, every chance he got, he was on the Sunday shows telling you what a terrible president Obama is.
Yeah, so he was more or less quiet about it, and I guess Jeb Bush, this was his last resort, because originally he didn't even want to use the Bush name in his campaigns.
Well, look,
if he's going
to come out anywhere and try to, rouse the troops for his brother, South Carolina is the place to do it, because the bottom line is he's very well liked in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And then after this, they go to Nevada.
Did you see his speech, or you didn't see it tonight?
No.
Aged.
I did not.
He's aged a little bit.
Oh, I saw him, but I didn't really listen to his speech.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, of course he's aged.
If you look at him from 2000, okay, and then you look at him in 2008 when he left the presidency, and if you look at Obama in 2008 and you look at him now, much more gray hair, okay. Bush has more gray hair. His face is a little bit drawn, He
has a lot less hair now.
Well, that's
part of aging.
What?
Part of aging.
Yeah, the president. Hey, look, the presidency is a 24/7 job, and that's the other thing, They got on Obama's case for his vacations. George W. Bush took more vacations than Obama, okay? Maybe the fact that Obama has two younger daughters and they went to Martha's Vineyard or they went to Hawaii, wherever they went, plus the fact that, look, let's face it, there was one tragic happening when James Foley was beheaded by ISIS, and he made a speech, and then a half hour later he was wearing his shorts and he was on the golf course. Of course they showed pictures of that, and that was, poor planning.
Inappropriate.
Okay,
It was inappropriate.
Shouldn't have done that,
It was just plain old inappropriate.
Huh?
It was inappropriate.
Exactly. Okay. But then again, no more inappropriate than your friend Putin riding bare-chested on a horse,
Why? What's wrong with that? Showed off his body.